Hi guys, welcome back to the Property King. For today's episode, we're going to discuss the different types of discounts that you can actually avail. Okay, so it pays to know what type of bargains or deals you can get so you can fully take advantage of them. Okay, so number one is the most popular one. It's what we call the term discount. Okay, so for example, you pay in cash, and that property is going to be turned over, let's say 5 years, 6 years from now, some cases 7 8 years. Okay, then the developer will most likely give you a cash discount. Okay, so it's a term discount because you are paying the developer in advance, even if the property won't be turned over yet. Okay, so it depends from one developer to another. Could go as high as 10% to, in some cases, even 20%. It really varies from one developer to another, so you need to check. Okay, and it's not just for cash payments but also for higher down payments. So let's say, for example, you pay 50% upfront, right? Then you may be able to get, let's say, a 5% discount or 4%. It depends, right? Even sometimes if you pay 10% as your spot down payment, then developers might be able to give you a 1% discount. In some cases, they say it's a 10% discount on your 10% DP, but that's actually just 1% of the total contract price. Okay, so those are the term discount. Another discount that you can potentially get is what we call the bulk discount. You know naman, if you buy something in bulk, usually you get a better deal, right? Let's say, for example, in business, right? If you purchase in bulk and then you plan to resell it in the future, usually you get this bulk discount from the supplier. So the same applies here in real estate. But of course, you're not going to be buying like 50 units of real estate. So in some cases, this happens for some of our foreign investors. But in most cases, if you buy, let's say, two or more units, let's say you want to buy two studio units in one floor or right next to each other or in the same building, right? Then you might be able to get a bulk discount. Again, the rates or the discount varies from one developer to another. So you need to ask, okay, what is the bulk discount? So another discount that you can get as a Filipino, as a local, is what we call the local discount. Recently, in the past few years, especially before the pandemic, around 2017, 2018, 2019, there's a huge influx of foreign buyers, especially from China, right? Because of the pogos that were coming in, a lot of Chinese buyers, Hong Kong buyers, came into the country and invested in property. And because of this, one of the reputable developers decided to put what we call a differential pricing in terms of the prices of condominiums, right? Because foreigners can't own land, so they usually buy condominiums here in the Philippines for investment in order to protect the locals, the Filipinos, because of the surge of investors coming in from these countries. The prices have been going up at a very rapid pace. So in order to protect the locals, this developer, this very large and reputable developer, decided to put differential pricing. So typically, the foreigners, when they buy condos in these locations that are very prime, they would have to pay a premium of about 13 to 15%. It depends. Okay, so that particular discount is available to the locals. If you're a Filipino or a company that's based here in the Philippines and you purchase the property under your company's name, right, the corporation's name, then you can avail the local discount versus the foreign price. Okay, so that's a differential pricing. Better check with the developer if they have differential pricing. Make sure that if you're a Filipino, the price that they give you is for the local price. Another special discount that you can get is what we call the supplier discount. So if you're doing business with a developer, let's say you supply certain construction materials to them and you've been a long-time partner, or let's say you're a tenant of one of their malls, in some cases they can give you a special supplier discount. Okay, so you just have to ask them what type of discount is going to be offered to you. If you're eligible, just check with that. Some corporations, some companies are under the umbrella of this developer, okay? Because usually the big developers are under a huge conglomerate, and typically when employees under those group of companies buy property from that developer under that wing, then they can avail of what we call the corporate discount. Okay, so if you're an employee, let's say for example you're an employee of BPI and you decide to buy a property from Ayala Land, let's say Alveo, Avida, okay, then you can avail a what we call a corporate discount. Take note of that if you're an employee or corporate executive manager, whatever it is, for those companies. Also, there's what we call special discounts. This usually happens on a seasonal basis. Sometimes developers, especially when they need to push a certain project, or when times are not as good, they offer special discounts to certain projects for a limited period of time. Usually, it comes with terms and conditions that you have to book the account and comply with all the requirements and the down payment within a certain period of time. They give a special discount for that. So these special discounts are being handed down from time to time. So you just need to ask your agent and the developer, what are the current offerings that are being given to potential buyers. Aside from discounts, there's also other perks that developers usually give out. Sometimes they give out raffle for certain products or services, overnight stays, even items. I've heard of instances wherein they gave away certain luxury items. Okay, so you just need to ask, okay, what are the promos that are available? Okay, so especially during these times, the developers are very competitive, very creative when it comes to their promotions in order to help drive sales. You just need to ask as a buyer, what's the best deal that you can get? One last thing that I need to stress is the discount for the commissions of the sellers or your agent. Technically, this is not a discount and it's unethical. It's what we call in our industry as the rebate. Rebating in most cases is actually prohibited by developers. It's not an ethical practice because, of course, as professionals, as real estate professionals, we have to earn a living. This is our bread and butter, right? So when you sell property, it's just right that you're compensated for the service, right, that you're giving to your client, to your buyers. So if you took the commission of the agent through what we call that discount or rebate, he or she might not be motivated to give you the best service because at the back of his or her mind, he didn't earn anything or just earned a very small amount from that transaction. Okay, so be very careful with that. I would strongly suggest that you don't ask for these rebates because it's unethical and it's not fair to your agent. Okay, so that sums up our episode for today. I hope you learned a lot. If you like the content, be sure to smash that like button down below. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit that bell icon so you're notified each time we launch a new episode. Our social media accounts is on this side. Be sure to follow them. And if you want to send us a message for any inquiries, comments, or for free property consultations, send it to rk@propertyking.ph. For any questions, suggestions, or inquiries, you can comment down below. Aside from us, replying to your inquiries, it will really help the channel a lot because of the YouTube algorithm. So that's it. Thank you so much for listening. My name is RK from Property King. And remember, let's all grow wealthy together. Goodbye.